Alright guys, have I got some special news for you. This is an official Capcom announcement, so no rumors or anything like that. Well, there are going to be some rumors in the video, always expect that of course, but there is an official Capcom announcement either way. So get your popcorn up, get your sodas, get whatever you usually enjoy watching Netflix and chill with, and let's get into this. So, Project Resistance, and they highlight the RE. They always manage to do something like this, those crafty bastards. Instant demonetization there, by the way. But Project Resistance, a new Resident Evil project directed by Jeff? Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Anyway, there's gonna be information on what this is very soon. We don't know much at the moment, other than the fact that it's going to be at TGS. It's just 10 days away. It will be shown for the full duration of the event, and also there will be a trailer reveal as well, showing us what the heck this of course is. And I'm sure many people are going rampant and wild with expectations as to what this project is. Is it literally the second rebirth of Jesus? I mean, it probably is, but let's get into some of the possibilities. Now, there have been some leaks and rumors, and of course take these with a grain of salt as always, but it has been rumored that it could be a 4v1 game, similar in idea to Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight. If anyone is familiar with these games, you usually have a bunch of objectives that you need to do to escape, and there's a killer that is uniquely picked. At least for Dead by Daylight it's unique, and they have their own style of play to hunt you down, and it's basically a time-based situation. Can you escape before you're eliminated as a team? If Capcom did go down the route that Dead by Daylight does, they would have quite a plethora of different characters such as Mr. X, Nemesis, Birkin. We've got a lot of characters to choose from, and that's just from Resident Evil 2 and 3 for Christ's sakes. And all of these different monsters that you could choose could of course have very unique attributes as they do, and would provide some very interesting, and depending on how Capcom would do it, horrifying experiences. I mean, if anyone's actually played any of these games, and there's some indie ones out there too, they can be genuinely terrifying even though the monster is a player. Now, it could be something like that, but it could also be something very different. Now, there are also some speculations, of course, about it being both Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 8, so I'm going to get into both of those and address both of them, but let's chronologically start with Resident Evil 3 and why I really don't think it's going to be that in any capacity. Well, first off, Resident Evil 2 released in January 2019. That was this year, and it wasn't even that many months ago, to be honest, either. Now, chronologically, Capcom does have a quite consistent history. They'll usually release a main game, then we get a spin-off game, and eventually we'll get a remake as of recent production, and then eventually a Nintendo Switch port, but who cares about that one? I mean, I'm not saying the games are bad to play on the Nintendo Switch, but it's not relevant to the information, of course. So these are anyway the reasons I don't believe Resident Evil 3 is going to come out. There's just not been enough time. Capcom has a different methodology, and I don't think that Project Resistance has anything to do with that. So now we're left with Resident Evil 8. And of course, this is a possibility. It has been quite a little bit of time since Resident Evil 7 now. And of course, with Capcom's team being so high in staff count, they could pull off multiple productions at once. If I remember in one of the interviews, they did say something along the lines of Resident Evil 2 being in production towards the end of Resident Evil 7's production cycle, or something like that. And so it's not exactly something that's off the table. I'm definitely sure that it's in production if this isn't what the announcement is anyway. It would be a bit stupid of them not to be developing the next sequel in the main storyline. So could it be Resident Evil 8? I think so. but that doesn't cement it. There's also a chance that this is an independent project, and based on the way it's titled, also the fact that Capcom says on the website that this is something new, I think that we are definitely going into new territory, and that this is a new IP in the Resident Evil franchise overall, kind of like Umbrella Corps, a spin-off that was very different from anything previously done before. I think Capcom would have definitely learnt their mistakes with that if it is a new IP anyway in the franchise, and I am looking forward to seeing what it is regardless. Like, this is going to be something very interesting, and Resident Evil fans were honestly feeling a little bit skeptical as to whether we'll get anything at TGS after Gamescom. I did tell people to hold out faith, you know, Capcom has a lot of staff members, etc., and they want that hype train to keep rolling, and yeah, we're going to get something now, and it's only 10 days away, guys. So I hope you're really looking forward to whatever announcement it is, and of course I will be covering all information on this as thoroughly and using very dodgy investigation methods such as blackmail, extortion, murder, and assassination. I hope you guys do want to sponsor my Patreon so that we can hire people for all of those activities. Leave a like, a share, a subscribe, and share this video with your grandmother. Tell her to subscribe to the Patreon and help out those illicit activities too. I'm sure she'll be very interested in doing so. I just hope you're having a beautiful day. As always, take it easy, and you thought peace was coming, but it's not.